Hey guys, so we're celebrating Laura's birthday tonight, and I'm making pasta, and I love sharing my recipes with you guys. So this is what we're cooking tonight. Hey,
What you
Mister.
cooking? Good looking.
How you doing, Mister?
Hi.
Hi, good to see you.
Yeah. Ooh, that smells so good.
Yeah, no, I was just going over live, just going to describe the delicious night I had. So yeah, guys, so we've got. I start from scratch, and I do use, and I'm not afraid to use bases of things to help me perfect my process. Hey, baby.
Hi, guys. He's live streaming, so be nice.
Oh, be nice.
He's on his live stream.
Hey, baby.
Hi.
Happy birthday. Yay. Look at who I have here, you guys. My little darling.
Mwah.
How are you?
Good.
Good. This is so cute.
This is so cool.
Yeah, so I was just describing how I make my pasta.
Oh, God. Michael, you're
So,
like magic.
yeah, so this
Literally
is going to be
has
such a
magic.
fun night. I'll continue the recipe in a second. Yeah, so then what I do is instead of just putting the mushrooms in them, I hydrate them.
So that it absorbs the juice more when you put it in with the...
I don't know, because sometimes a lot of people like to saute them with oil and all that, and then it's sucking in all the oil. So this actually sucks.
It's more just like
it's healthier.
the mushroom.
It's healthier, yeah.
That's
and then when you
amazing.
bite into the mushroom, you taste more of the mushroom.
Woo! Woo!
So, yay, so here we are. Yay, you guys. Yay.
So amazing. So this is so awesome. So you're doing some pasta thing?
Yeah, well, I just like every once in a while, I throw my recipes in and just say how I make them because people
It's amazing.
And it's really good. And it's like, so what I was just sharing with you guys is I'm not afraid of using a base to help me out. And so this is my base, you guys. I'm like,
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah, so I actually get this from Trader Joe's, and it's the just a basil sauce. It's like one of their least expensive sauce they have on the shelf, and I use it as my base, and it's a fantastic base. It's so balanced out. And you need a knife?
I see the knives. I just need a cutting board.
Okay, so
I already washed it. Beautiful.
There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So I always use the base, and then it says my ingredients. I really keep really simple, and this time it's ground beef and a pound of ground beef, lean. I do go lean, and then the Italian sausage that's spicy. So you've got a spice to it, and I always taste it because like the way I grill my onions, I always grill my onions. I take a whole onion as well. It's in here as well, and when I grill it with oil, so it does caramelize it a little bit, so it gets a little sweeter, so it gives it a sweeter taste. So to counterbalance that sweeter taste, I go ahead and I add some more red pepper to it, so it's a little more spicy. So there's a nice little fun little spiciness to it. Hi guys, hi everybody. So yeah, so my base, I'm not afraid of bases. Bases save your life sometimes, and it's so nice because it's so easy to keep these in the background. And then when I want to make a pasta sauce, I put a lot of different things into it depending on what I want to make. And I always try to be one of those people that use everything inside their house instead of let it go to waste, because I'm guilty of it, and so I try to use as much as I can. And so, yeah, it's got these great tomatoes in it as well. Okay, so there's probably 15 of those in there. And then the mushrooms, what I do is instead of sauteing them, I hydrate them and I put them in water and a little olive oil, and then I let them hydrate that way. And that way they get hydrated, because you can put them in the sauce and they'll get hydrated that way. But what I think is when they're in the sauce and when they get hydrated, they're going to pull in a lot of the flavor that's already in the sauce. And by hydrating, my thoughts, is when you hydrate them, they're already hydrated, so they're not pulling any much flavor in from the sauce itself because they're full. So you put them in full, so when you get to bite into them in the sauce, you then have a new experience with a new taste of a mushroom. I don't know, goofy as it might be, but I think there's a little background in that. I just use a container, one of those normal containers you buy at the grocery store, not the big one, but the one everybody buys. So hi guys. Yeah, it's happy birthday to Laura. We're so excited to have her here. We love her so dearly. She is such a big part of our family. you know, and it's just like she's just a little dream, a little dream. And so here we are. So that's my sauce, and then I'll cook this. I'll let it like for the next maybe 45 minutes. It's already been on the stove for probably about 40, 45, maybe an hour already on the stove. So the longer it sits, the better I think it tastes at the end of the day. Um, trick, two tricks. Well, it's the same trick for two items. And what it is with the ground beef and the Italian sausage, what I do is I don't only sit here and I pre-cook it. Once it's cooked, I dice it as much as I can by hand with a wooden spoon, and then I put it into this guy right here. And it's part of my morning mixer for, my shakes. But I put it in here so it chops it up finely. It's pretty coarse. You can see, you kind of could still see the how thick it is. It's not mush, but it's close to mush, but it's interesting. So I do this separately for the hamburger, the lean hamburger, and the Italian sausage. I don't put those two together until they're in the sauce because I want them to carry their own sauce, their own taste with them as they go in and not be blended into another thing before it goes in. Just the way I think sometimes. But anyway, so that's my other trick is with, cook the sausage, put it in here, blend it, put it in your sauce. Do the same thing with the hamburger, blend it, put it in your sauce. And like I said, the longer it sits, the better. And as my base, remember I was talking about the base, you guys? I don't use, for this particular recipe I'm sharing right now, you guys, I use two of these. So this is my base this time. I actually started with one and I looked at it and it was so thick by the time I added all the meats, because I've added a little more to it each time. And I looked down, I'm like, I'll do both. And it's like the perfect consistency. So pound of meat, a thing of, over here. Excuse me, guys. Right here.
Awesome shirt.
It's one of our characters on our packages.
I love it.
This is actually Beverly, and she's constipated.
Oh, nice.
So that's what it is. You'll find it in
I
here
like you got the
somewhere.
sticker on the mic too.
Yeah, here you go. Yeah, because I got rid of, I hated they were advertising themselves.
I love it.
Yeah. So, okay, guys, you heard all that. I'm hanging here with DOA right now. I will tell everybody happy birthday from everyone. Everybody, it's so nice to see you tonight. This is, I haven't done this in a while. I haven't just done a cooking video, and I know Serge popped on earlier today and was talking about his famous chocolate icing that people, they love it. When they taste it, when I taste it, he does something special that he learned from his grandmother and he doesn't share, and it's just, you could kind of figure it out, but it's just delicious. But anyway, so I thought, why not? I'm making this incredible sauce tonight, and people are gonna love it, and I'm gonna have so much more, which is really nice. So so you guys remember this. I always remember to keep this, okay? Because this is my jars that this will end up back into, and by the time I feed all our guests tonight, I may have a jar of it left. It made so much of it. It's filled up. It's filled up. Let me show you. Look at this. So you got quite a bit of sauce there. And now here, that's the pan for the water. So now I'll get the water going. And this is a good time. I find just exactly the way I did this whole process, the timing works out nicely, because by the time the pasta is ready, the sauce has been sitting for almost 2 hours, if not 2 hours. And the flavor is just fantastic. And I always, at the very end of it, is I add, and once again, this one's one of my favorite little starters is this right here. I use this all the time for my recipes for my Italian pasta. And what's really cool, I was in, you'll like this story. I always like to share my stories, you guys, and I don't think I've shared one in a while. So I learned to cook all these sauces when I lived in Italy. I lived in Italy for 2.5 years back in the 80s, and the food there was just unbelievable. And I'm such a nut for detail that I just had to see what I was, I had to learn what I was eating because I'd never tasted a lot of these flavors before. And so I was lucky I got to bring this back and, share these recipes with you. Yeah, there are times when I'm making these recipes like this, I'll start from scratch, and do everything from the sauce from scratch, everything. But it's like at times like this, this is like this is going to be the perfect dinner for so many hungry stomachs out there. But anyway, so yeah, I got to live in Florence, Italy for 2.5 years. And that's where I want to go next. I want to get out of LA and I want to go to Italy. Hi guys, hi Ash, hi everybody. Oh, vanilla pasta, that sounds good. See, yeah, pasta's easy. That's one thing I learned when I was in Italy was that it was really the dedication of learning how to blend things together, but you could put anything in pasta. So, turn on the water. If I turn that on, I'll turn that on. So anyway, going back to the timing. So like now I just turn this water on. So now this is definitely going to have 2 hours of time on it. But the flavor in this is going to be incredible. And I always use, as I put it back already, this is a game changer. And you want to do this. And what I always do before I bring any of this on the table, I'll put some of this in a bowl with a little spoon, but I will mix it inside here first and taste it. So it gets just a little creamy edge on the outside of the flavor. And then you're set. So once again, going back over the ingredients, I feel like a little instructor here, but I start with the base of 2 of these. I chop up 1 whole onion. I put the onion in a separate pan and I start to caramelize it with olive oil. As that's caramelizing, I pour my first jar of this in my pan. I then get garlic, a fresh clove, chop it up, add it to the onions. Not as they're cooking all the way, just so they get translucent just a tiny bit, and then I add everything into the sauce. Then from there, I cook the meats, which is the sausage and the hamburger, and then I blend them, and then I add those, and then in the same pan I caramelize the onions, I will put the mushrooms, and then I will add water to it, so I hydrate the mushrooms, and then I added about 13, 15, somewhere around there, I forget the number, of these little Italian round tomatoes that I even got at Trader Joe's. So those are in there as well. So that's just going to add another pop of flavor. So, and at the very end, and red pepper. I took probably like a half teaspoon of red pepper and put that in there on top of the sauce. And then I'll add this at the very end, just as before I serve it, just to give it that edge of creaminess. And this is to taste. So my battery looks like it's going to die on me, you guys. Oh my God. Okay, I'm just going to keep talking, just having this, and I'm going to go say hi to everybody. Hi, Fat Grammy. How are you? Oh, you know what? Fat Grammy, I've got, we were in a business meeting today for a long time, way too long for me sometimes. But I didn't listen to your message. So I'm going to have to, okay? You can see I'm tired. I'm so tired right now. And now now I get to entertain. And there's my little crowd in there. Look at that. We got some. Yeah, it should be out there. It's not out there. Hi, guys. It's our music. Let me see what I can do, okay? Okay, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and get the music set up for them. And I'm going to go ahead and end tonight. Everybody, hello. Listen to your message, honey. And then everybody, thank you so much for being here. Enjoy the pasta. Make it at least once. Try it. And what's really great, because like you have these jars, and when you have these jars, like if I was just cooking this for Serge and I, it would still end up being the same amount, because you can't buy just, a little hamburger or a little sausage at the store. You have to buy these like packages. So I cook to the package, and so that's really where it starts, is from those packages. So this here, You can, what I do usually, or what I've done, not usually all the time, I haven't done this often, but what I do is I'll do this and it'll fill up, after we've had dinner, it'll still fill up 2 of these, and then I take this over to my uncle's house and give it to my uncle. So they can enjoy it for a week, and it's fantastic. It's like when you're that last minute, you're like, what do I make? You just pull this out, you have it. Okay, so I'm gonna go jump. They want music. Peace. Love you guys. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Be sure to, if you're not following me, follow me here. Follow me over at the Pet Journey. I will soon. Grammy, I'll be talking to you soon. Much love. Bye, guys.